Hi, everybody. This is Mrs. Granados. This is a special video just for all of our emerging linguists, just to give you some information about two things you may be curious about. One is the ELD Formative Assessment, and the second thing is ELPAC Speaking. So I'm going to share quickly, just give you some more information about these two items, just to help you guys out. So the first thing is you may have received an email to take this ELD Formative Assessment. I'm just going to tell you what it's for, what it is, and answer any questions you might have, hopefully. So this is for grades 9 through 12. Make sure you get the right link. One of our students told me she got 6 through 8, so I had to send her another link. So make sure you get the right link and you're taking the right grade level. What this is a quick 10-question little assessment that's going to look at your reading and your listening skills. And it is ELPAC related, so the questions will look just like the ELPAC. As you can see here, we have 75 students who have already finished it. That's through for all 3 high schools, actually. So make sure you finish that. It won't hurt you. It's not going to be affecting your grades at all. It's just a way for everybody to see how well you're doing with your English development skills. After you're done with this, check your email because you'll get something from it'll say form publisher, and it's this little report, and it has your name and what score you got on it. So it gives you your score right away. And of course, your goal is to be down here at the level 4, and that's with your reading and your listening. And there's links where you can click on here if you want to practice your English. And then there's a second language learning tips, that video that I created. There for you. You can practice the ELPAC online. This is explanation of why you're taking this test. It talks about getting reclassified. Very helpful stuff here. So that is the ELD Formative Assessment. Next is the ELPAC Speaking. Oh my gosh, they're already doing this, you guys. ELPAC Speaking. So you may have gotten an invitation. You may have taken it already. They're at Eisenhower right now giving the ELPAC Speaking. The reason is we have to do this part of the test in person. The other parts, the listening, the reading, and the writing, can be done on the computer. And we're not going to do these parts until listening, reading, and writing until probably, I think, April or May. So, but right now they're doing the speaking part. So I wanted to give you guys some tips of how to do really well on the speaking part. If you notice, each section, they have areas, right? So look at speaking. The first thing you're going to do is talk about a scene. And it starts off so easy. It'll show you a picture and you have to describe the picture. And then we go into speech functions and then support and opinion. And it gets harder as you go down. So I'm going to show you quickly 2 examples of present and discuss and summarize. These are the 2 hardest parts of the speaking ELPAC. So hopefully what you see today will help prepare you to do a better job. Okay. So first, to present and discuss information. This is where you have to look at some kind of pie chart, some kind of data graph, and you have to explain the information you see. So number 1, start off with the title. Talk about every single thing. Give an overall idea, like, ooh, by looking at this pie chart, I can see that most students are traveling to school by bus at 48%. Say something like that, like an overall, that you get the data that's in the chart. And then the second part is they're going to say something like, more students walk to school than ride a bike. And you have to go back to the chart and determine if that is true or false. And you have to give evidence why. Okay, so that's very important. Now we're going to listen to one student who got a perfect score on this exact example on the ELPAC. We're going to listen to how he describes the picture. So listen in. Hopefully this records.
This thing is called Alvarez Middle School Students Travel to School. It shows a pie chart. There's 4 different sections. One is for bus, one is for car, one is for walk, and one is for bike. Bus is the most filled. It's 48% of students take a bus. And then after that is a car, which is 31% of students take a car. And then after that is bike, which is 13%. Walk, which is 8%.
Perfect. So that would get a perfect score of a 3. Look at the rubric. You guys never get to see the rubric. This is the rubric for part 1, how well you're describing that information. So the response is mostly clear, right? Is no listener effort to understand what you're saying. The errors, you can make errors, but they don't interfere with the meaning. Your speech is smooth and sustained. That's for a perfect score of a 3. Okay. Now let's listen to a student talking about the claim. The claim says more students walk to school than ride a bike, right? So listen to the student, defend that. And this is a perfect score of a 3.
Right. The claim more students walk to school than ride a bike is not supported because in the pie chart it shows that 8% of students walk, and that's not more than students taking a bike. So the claim is not supported.
Perfect. He started off by saying the claim's not supported. He said why. Then he ended it with, again, the claim's not supported. So that's a perfect answer for present and discuss information on the ELPAC. Now let's take a quick look at summarize an academic presentation. This is the big one. This is the one where you got to listen to somebody explaining something, and then you have to go in and you have to sorry, rephrase what you heard, summarize what you heard. So this is the example we're going to look at. This is from the ELPAC, and this is a academic presentation about evaporation and condensation. So the first thing you guys want to do is look at this chart. Try to get as much information out of the chart as you can. You're going to mention the title. You're going to talk about picture 1 and picture 2 and picture 3. So before you start speaking about this part of the test, look at the data, look at the information that's already telling you just by the picture, okay? So let's listen to a student who got a perfect score, which is the highest you can get is a 4 on summarize an academic presentation.
What I learned from the presentation of evaporation and condensation cycle is that there were 2 containers in picture 1. Both are sitting in a hot plate that is off. A contains a liquid, but B doesn't. In picture 2, when the plate is turned on, the liquid evaporates. After a few minutes, it turns into gas. The liquid from A went from container B. In picture 3, when it's off, it turns into condensation, while the gas turns into liquid. The gas was divided equally into 2 containers. They both turn into liquid at the end.
That is a perfect score of a 4. This is the rubric for that. So in order to get a 4, you have to have a clear summary of all the main points. Your ideas have to flow together. Your grammar and punctuation do not interfere with your meaning, and your speech is smooth. To get a 3 means you talked about the pictures, but not with a lot of detail. So make sure you guys talk a lot and give a lot of details. That's the only way you're going to get a 4 on this. To get an automatic 2 means you only talked about one picture. Okay, one picture, you automatically get a 2. Okay, so that's summarize an academic presentation. Again, this is Mrs. Granados. I hope this helped you guys. Good luck with your ELPAC. And just a quick last thing, to get reclassified, remember to get reclassified. G is your grades. You have to get a D. You can't get, you have to get a C or better in English and math. Your E is your ELPAC level. Overall level must be a 4. And the T is your test, which we are looking at the ELA performance task that you're taking right now in your English classes. If you're in grades 9 through 11 on the essay you have to write, you have to get 6 points or higher. It's out of 10. If you're in 12th grade, you have to get 4 points or higher. That one is out of 6 points. So I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, you can email me. Good luck on your ELPAC speaking. Please make sure you finish that ELD Formative Assessment and do really well on your performance task essay in your English class. All right. Bye, you guys.